All right. Greetings and peace, everyone. Welcome to the Committed Relationships and Spiritual Activity YouTube channel. I am your host, Neo, and I'm here to share some info with the people. Now, this is information coming from my years of dealing with and also observing various women, both online and also in person. And this is various women of various ages, shapes, sizes, and also races. There's as far as this information, it's not any race in particular, and it's not any age in particular. This is a wide range of women. And these are women who have a particular psychology. One thing that I must say that many people really do not realize is the powerful effect that society has on a person's psychology, especially if the person is unconscious of the influence and also unconscious of how to protect their own mind and control their own mind. And as far as this recording here, this video here, I'm talking about women and them underestimating their sexual desires. And this occurs often. This occurs often because what happens often in our society here in America, we have this thing is both spoken and also unspoken, where the many women here, they do not want to be perceived as a so-called hoe, and the new word is thought. If you don't know what a thought is, go ahead and YouTube that, search that, or Google that. And so you'll get a lot of women that will often try to do things to suppress their own sexual desires, and they'll try to do things to cover up those sexual desires and intentions. But deep down inside, a lot of them have a high sexual desire, and they are horny as heck, and they're ready to get down and dirty and start doing something, whether it be with a man or a woman. But what goes on as far as them trying to cover up, some of them literally cover up, some of them literally put themselves out there. So let me give you an example. You'll have a lot of women online on their online profiles, in their photos. They'll dress very revealing, in revealing clothing, provocative, the chest all out in one way or another, and or their booty is really being revealed in the photos. And what's crazy, that these type of women, many times they get angry at men for approaching them with their sexual intentions and approaching them just for sex, while at the same time these type of females are walking they have pictures. Like, sometimes I'll see some women who got their chest out in almost every single photo on their profile. If not their chest out in every single photo, they'll have like their booty out in one way or another in some tight revealing clothing. And the other thing that really gets me, and that lets me know that they subliminally are ready and offering up sex, whether they realize it or not, is when they have a lot of poses with their booty in the air and turned towards the camera, poked out and perked out and looking perky. Now, let me tell you this. If you have not learned already, and I've said this in some of my videos, that our subconscious mind that contains our beliefs controls our behavior. So if a person has a deep, strong desire to do something and also a belief, it will literally show within their behavior in one way or another, and also within their energy that they radiate from within. outwardly, because we all radiate energy from within outwardly to the outside world, and that influences other people to behave certain ways around us. So when I see a woman who does certain things in photos, certain poses, that provides me a lot of information about what she's really seeking versus what she says. So a woman that pokes her butt out throughout a variety of her photos, especially if it's 2 or more photos, that's a clear sign that she's offering up sex and she's ready for sex, whether she realizes it or not. And she's ready. She's definitely ready. Just like the female animals, sometimes they'll put out a scent in the air, letting the males know that, okay, hey, look, I'm ready to get down, ready to get it in. That's one sign that women do when they always poking out their booty in the air. Because if you really think about it, if it's not a porn photo or a porn video, why does the woman feel like they have to put their booty in the air just to take the photo? Just think about that. Just question yourself that. And not only that, why do they feel like they have to do it in more than one photo? So you got to look at the patterns. The other pattern I've noticed is when they stick out their tongue. Some of them do it as just fun because there's different styles of sticking out their tongue. Some of them stick it out in a sexual way unconsciously. That's another pattern I've learned. And now sticking out that tongue, I'm not going to be explicit in this recording, but sticking out that tongue, once I see it 2 or more times in her photos, that gives me a clear sign she's ready to do something. I can go on and I can go on and on. And also, if there's a way that you can read her posts, whether it be Facebook or anywhere where she's putting up posts, and also those image quotes. Some of them put up image quotes, sexual image quotes, where it'll say something sexual, or they'll have pictures of some kind of sexual position or something like that. Anything sexual, that is a clear sign that she's ready to get it in. And what's crazy is, like, a lot of these women, they're literally suppressing their sexual desire just for the sake of not coming across as a so-called hoe, and not owning up to that they just ready to get it in. They're ready to have sex, and just admit it and just say that they love sex. Just like me, there's nothing wrong with it. Sex is literally natural, just as natural as us humans drinking water and eating food. It's natural, and same as going to the bathroom to release ourselves. We have to release our sexual desires in one way or another. To suppress our sexual desires is to suppress ourselves psychologically, and we'll bottle it all up and we'll go crazy. That's why you see a lot of people who have more sex than the average person. A lot of times, and depending on the situation, they are much more happier than the average person who suppresses their sexual desires and who abstains from sex. So it all depends on the situation and the person's psychology. And remember that it depends on the person's psychology, and it depends on their life situation. And there you also have some people who was both either negatively affected from their childhood regarding sex, whether they was raped or molested in one way or another. And I noticed too, as far as studying psychology and studying people and observing people's behavior, I've noticed that as far as a person being raped or molested during their childhood, the average person's, a person's response could be either positive or it could be negative. And it could also, their response in their adulthood could either increase their desire for sex, or it could decrease their desire for sex. That's why sometimes you'll see some people running amok, ready to have sex almost any time with almost anybody. Then you have those people who go into a seclusion where they rarely ever want to have sex, and it's like a chore to them to have sex. So there's a lot of things going on, and psychology plays a major part. A person's childhood experiences plays a part also. This is why I keep telling people, I urge people, personal development plays a huge part in a person's life, in the development of their psychology. Because if a person fails to do personal development, they're going to stay on a very low, unproductive, immature level. Then if they do actually put in some serious personal development work, that includes self-reflection, self-analysis, and actual personal development, really resolving those psychological issues, unresolved issues, rather than just saying that they have the issues and they don't do anything but sweep it under the rug, which the average person does. And that's the reason why they have so many issues within their life, including and especially their relationships. So overall, I want you guys to go ahead and write in the comment section how you feel about this information, and if you have seen the same patterns as me. And I'm not saying that there's anything bad about these patterns. I'm just saying that some women, more women, need to just own up that to the fact that they have sexual desires, they get horny, and that they ready to get it in whenever they find the right person. At least say that, or something like that. So for me, I always make it comfortable for a woman to allow herself to express herself sexually, because if a man doesn't do that, if he doesn't allow a woman to express herself sexually, then she's going to be less of a freak, and she's going to limit herself in what she's going to express to him, because she's nervous. A lot of women are nervous to start doing and saying certain sexual things around men, because they know the ego of the average male, and they don't want the man to walk around saying that she's a hoe. But just because a woman expresses herself, like, this is my opinion and my thinking, and really thinking about what's going on, I feel that just because a woman expresses herself sexually, whether it be in a mediocre way or a highly expressive, articulate way, creative way, does not make her a hoe. She just has that sexual desire within herself, and she's expressing it. She's not holding it back like a lot of women, and especially so-called classy women. She's not holding it back. She's just releasing it and letting it out. And it feels so much better to just admit it. Just like me, I love sex. I realize how it could be addicting to a lot of people if they don't know how to control their mind and their behavior. Me, I know how to control my mind and my behavior. And I know how to prevent myself from being a sex addict. However, I also allow myself to express it whenever I'm with the right woman, the right situation. So I allow women to express themselves and be comfortable with it when they're dealing with me. So I don't say that a woman is a hoe unless she really, well, certain situations where it's like they willy-nilly with it and they're going a little bit too crazy. So certain situations, yeah, they got to learn how to control it. Same with men too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Go ahead and start the dialogue, somebody in the comment section. Please definitely like this video. All you got to do is just click the like button. It's very easy. Just go down, click it, and make sure that you are signed into your account so that it will count as a like. Even if you have to go sign in first and then come back to this video, comment on this. And if you would like more videos like this, definitely do subscribe and hit the bell button. Until next time.